was suddenly the most obvious strategy to winning the war to everybody. And then there were the spoils. Secretary of State for War Lord Kitchener wanted Britain to annex Aleppo and Alexandretta. Alexandretta especially had a large Christian population and was a major Ottoman rail center. The Admiralty wanted to annex the whole Euphrates River Valley all the way down to Basra to prevent the Russians getting a foot or a ship into the Persian Gulf. And in return, when the Ottomans were defeated, Russia would get Armenia, the Bosporus, and the Turkish capital itself, Istanbul. Greece, if she joined the war, would get Smyrna. Italy, if she helped out, would get Adana in the south. France would receive Syria and part of Lebanon. So everybody supported the Dardanelles invasion for a variety of selfish reasons. But you know, they all actually depended on success, which the naval attack on the 18th nearly was. In hours, the forts covering the minefields in the Sea of Marmara and the mines themselves were swept out of action. The fleet advanced, and there were only 9 lines of mines remaining, all identified and all ready for sweeping, between the fleet and the fort of Chanak at the Narrows. However, one more line, a single line of 20 mines, had been laid by a Turkish steamboat 10 days earlier, and this changed everything. 3 of the 10 Allied battleships were sunk, the British Irresistible and Ocean, and the French Bouvet. Another one was beached, and yet another put out of action. The attack was a failure. Churchill wanted to continue the attack the following day, but bad weather postponed it, and when heads had cooled, the senior British personnel decided it would be best to put the army ashore in the future and attack the remaining forts from the rear. You know what's funny? To prevent Russia from having Istanbul, the British had gone to war in 1854, the Crimean War, and in 1878 had sent a fleet through the Dardanelles to again warn off the Russians. And now, if a British attack were successful, Russia would take the great prize. Russia was trying for another prize this week, actually, the fortress of Przemyśl, which she'd had under siege for 4 months now, in which an Austro-Hungarian army, 120,000 strong, held out far behind enemy lines. Over the past 6 weeks, Franz Joseph's Imperial Austro-Hungarian army had launched 2 offensives against the Russians, with a major objective being to break that siege. On March 14th, the second offensive ground to a halt. The Russian numerical superiority had begun to tell. In the first half of March, the Austrian Second Army had suffered over 50,000 casualties